to respect the sacrifice for truth, and I still go out of my way to shake a veteran's hand and tell them thank you. Well, the Pledge of Allegiance is hanging on my wall. I say it every day for those who gave it all. One nation under God, can you hear it? It's freedom's call. So I still stand for the flag. When I see Old Glory flying, I still fall apart in every moment of silence.
Welcome. Corruption, dark money, dirty campaigns, greasing the wheel, dinners that cost thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars to talk to your employees. I'm Robert Santos, and this is this week's Casual Conversation. And those are just a few of the things that we're going to discuss about today. Before we get into it, if you guys don't know, definitely hit that like, hit that share. Let's get the word out. I am here to fight for each and every single one of you, regardless of your political affiliation, as long as it's not going to hurt another individual and it improves our lives. Hey Barb, how you doing? Tony, I appreciate you guys coming out here. We're still getting set up. We have everyone coming in. So without further ado, we'll go into the quote of the week. This actually hits home. This is going to be kind of a rant today. But John Adams said, "Always stand on principle, even if you stand alone." Even if you stand alone, or sit. In my case, this is a smart individual. Our forefathers knew what was going on. Always stand on principle, even if you stand alone. Which is one of the reasons why I chose this, is because our topics are dark money and dirty campaigns. Oh, look, there's two of me. What's going on here? Alright, I don't think you guys want to see two of me. I know one's already enough, huh? So grab your coffee. We have a few things. Before we get into it, definitely want to let you guys know Michigan is holding their primary tomorrow. So anyone that I know, I have a few friends on there. Some of you log on a little bit later. They watch my video later. But if you guys live in Michigan, this guy right here is running for the Republican ticket. Tom Norton. I mean, I got his back. He's a great individual. He's willing to fight for America. And he will definitely be an individual that will work for the people, not the parties as well. We don't agree on everything, but I like the fact that he's honest. His integrity is through the roof. And he's a great man willing to put his tiredness all aside to get the job done. So Tom Norton, good luck tomorrow. I'll be watching it. I think you got this, brother. But good luck, and I appreciate it. Locally, we definitely want to make sure we let everyone else know. If you don't know, from Mahoning County, you have Marty Desmond. If you don't know who he is, he's running for Mahoning County prosecutor. Here's the information. I won't talk about him. I'll just say he's a great guy. He's definitely got my vote. If you have a question on where his stances are or what he's going to do for the county and as a prosecutor, there's his information. It's on his website. His website's right there as well. His phone number's right there. Contact him. Great guy. So if you live in Mahoning County, he's got my vote. So one of the main reasons we want to talk about, one of the main things we want to talk about is money. Wonderful, wonderful money. So think about money campaigns. Think about what's been going on the last couple of days. Weeks or years. This has been going on since the dawn of time. Politicians and money. It's about money. Look at Householder. $60 million bribe for First Energy. You guys realize all these the campaign finances for everyone is public. Michelle LaPorhagen received money from First Energy. So did Tim Ryan. So did a couple other individuals. I'm going to reach out to one particularly who's running as a Republican to see if they were willing to come on here and explain their stance with First Energy. Maybe they were unaware, but I'm going to contact them first instead of just varminting and attacking them. I want to give them a chance to know this is what I'm going to say about them specifically and give them the opportunity to defend themselves, because I am not about trash talking, or except unless it's DeWine, because we don't really care about him. Give them a chance to show their point of view. I understand we can't control everyone that actually donates to you. I know firsthand that if First Energy donated to me, who else was unaware of the actual full-fledged corruption that was going on or how deep it went? But I would have given the money back or donated to someone else. But I do not want dirty money. Anyone who knows me, if I get dirty money, I'm going to give it right back, slap it in their face probably, or donate it to a good cause. Like the shelter down the street. The community. Tyler, Darlin, Ruth, TJ, Greg, Scott, thanks for joining. So, dirty money. We all know Michelle Laporte-Hagen voted for Householder to become the Speaker of the House. And Tim Ryan's receiving money from First Energy. So why are we going to vote for these two individuals? Christina Hagen's running against Tim Ryan. Did Christina Hagen receive thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars for First Energy? She actually looked First Energy in the face and told them to go to hell, which is why she lost her last congressional race. Light bulb. Michelle Laporte-Hagen, she gets money from First Energy. So if we're all hating, even mostly this is two of my Democratic followers. If you guys hate Householder and you're saying, oh, you Republicans are corrupt, then why are the Democrats voting for him? And why are they receiving money from the same corrupt situations going on? So it's not just the Republicans. It's all the parties. It's everyone up there. We need to vote them out and get true patriots in office that are willing to fight for America and not the party. We are in the perfect age to run for office, to be in office, to expose this corruption. We have Facebook, Twitter, we have Instagram, we got Snapchat, we got that Parler that's rising up. We have all these social media platforms that all you need to do is set up your phone, hit play, and say present your information. And it's right there for everybody to see. I swear, the next race I go in, no matter what seat I'm in, anytime someone comes in my office to present something, it will be live streamed. It will never be any type of backdoor policy going on in my office, no matter what office I am in. I don't care. If that burns bridges with the Republican Party, well, then shame on them. Why? Because the Republican Party states that they are the party of the people, which I believe. And I doubt that would happen. So they will be for the people, and they would actually, I believe they would like that. They would appreciate that. And if they don't, we all know the answer to that. Marianne, thanks for joining. Tyler, you said, do you think the system can be changed or face the wealthy, powerful politicians? No, you're fine, Tyler. Do I think it can be changed overnight? No. It is going to be a gradual, hard fight to get all these corrupt individuals out. I mean, it's from Congress all the way down to our trustees. I mean, look what happened over in Hubbard. Molly, I don't know if you're showing, but the police department was being shut down because they say they didn't have the money, but there's some corruption that was going on there. Look what's happened over in Youngstown in the water department. It's everywhere. And the reason why that's going on is because of that. Because of the money. It's ridiculous. It's the dumbest, stupidest thing in the world when you fight to get a seat to make an improvement, but then money throws you for a loop and then you just fall in sync with everybody else. Because nobody has the spine to stand up to these individuals and say, no, go to hell. I ain't doing that. And if you have that live streaming going on like countless platforms that are out there, then that's fine. Which brings me to my second topic, which is you have to grease the wheels. I know I touched base on this on my last stream, but yes, Ruth, the fire department, we'll talk about that too. But I was approached by an individual and said, Rob, you're not going to win this race. This was before the election occurred. You need to start working with the party, learn how the gears turn, learn how to grease the gears, and then only then would you be able to win a race. I was trying to be polite, didn't want to be rude. This is not in my head, yes. I didn't want to start a scene where I was at. But I'll be damned if I grease any type of wheels for the benefit of my own pocket. Because that's not going to happen. When I get elected for whatever I get elected in, whether it's a trustee or whether I don't get elected at all, it will be my goal to ensure all those greasy wheels get removed with clean, pure, patriotic wheels that will not turn for someone else, that will turn for the people. Alright, dirty campaigns. I'm going to touch basis on this because my campaign's over. But there was one individual who did a dirty, dirty campaign on everybody. Hennon. Dwayne Hennon. The pastor. All I'm going to say is I'm disappointed, man. I expected more from you. Act more of an adult. If you believe you belong in whatever office you're running for, do it with pride, dignity, and respect. And only then will you receive the votes that you needed. I received 11.4% of the votes with only $4,000. 4. Right there. That's how much money I spent on my campaign. And I got 11.4%. You got less than 2. And I didn't run a smear campaign on anybody. The people are tired of that. And that coincides with the money, dark money stuff. People are sick. We all are sick of this bickering back and forth and nothing being solved. I will never come to you and say, this is a problem, it needs to get fixed, without having a solution as well. Or consulting each and every single one of you for the solution. That's what elected officials need to do. They just get elected nowadays and they think they have all the right answers when they don't. They got elected to do the people's work. Which is another thing. They are our employees. So why are we, I'll get rid of this, why are we spending $150 to go see our congressman or woman? Going to spend $200-$300 to see our state representative? Who here in the valley alone can really afford to go to these dinners to see their employees? I vow here and now, and I have during my campaign, I will never hold a fundraiser or a benefit, fundraiser or any type of meet and greet where you have to pay more than the cost of your plate. And the plates will not be $150 plates. There will be spaghetti and meatballs. There will be hot dogs. There will be pizza. There will be things that will not put a dent in your wallet because the people of the valley are struggling. We cannot afford to go spend $160, $300, $500, $400 to go see our elected officials to talk to them. I like Jim Jordan to death. I really do. And I respect him wholeheartedly. Met him once. And I respect the majority of people in the Republican Party. But who here that's even watching this video can afford $150 to go see Congressman, seriously, Jim Jordan? Who can afford that? I could, but that's a payment. That's something I can go do with my kids, especially now. In the crisis that's going on, yes, my hours have not been affected, but look at all the other individuals in the valley whose hours were affected. There's people who need money. I am all against the stipend that's going to happen, but I'm for helping the individuals that did legitimately lose their job and have been looking for a job because of the COVID. those guys would like to speak to their representatives. They can't speak to the representatives if they got to pay $150. That's insane. I don't mean to disrespect anyone that works full-fledged for the party, but you have to agree. That is bleeped up. It's a spoon, not a straw. Now we'll go into something cool off a little bit, or not really. But as y'all know, our wonderful our governor decided to put, at one point, he put a closer on all restaurants and bars to close at 10 o'clock. Now, oh no, that was, Columbus or Cincinnati. I might be wrong in the city. It was the city council that did that. Excuse me, I was wrong. And then a judge said, no, it was wrong, unconstitutional, you can't do that. What did DeWine do? DeWine put a limit on what time you can buy alcohol. 10 o'clock. Why? So, there's loopholes for anything. I'll just go to the waitress, like, hey, give me 5, or I want to pay for 10 Sam Adams right now. Give them to me 2 every 30 minutes. I mean, it's not gonna... I get where the governor's coming from, his statement of saying there are too many people coming and going in and out of a location. But here's the thing. These bars are taking the precautions that you already set forth. They are keeping their party limit. They are keeping the masks, the mandated masks, up until they're actually at their table and eating and drinking. By doing this, you're telling us that you don't trust them. And I think that's sad. You need to trust the residents of Ohio. And the reasons why I am completely against this whole mandate is because these numbers don't add up. There's too many fraudulent numbers. Now, if these numbers were 100% accurate and there were no fudging involved, I'm sure there's not one person watching this video or on Facebook that would not agree and saying, yes, let's put the masks on. Let's do that 6 feet apart because they can trust their government. The problem is we can't, because of this corruption that's going on. It's not just one thing, it's everything adding up. And this is just the last straw that broke the camel's back. We are fed up, we are tired of being dictated around and not be given our freedoms. Which is why I ask each and every single one of you to look into the candidates in your area. Look into the individuals such as Tom Norton. He's running for Congress over in Michigan. Look into him. Great guy. Get out there and vote if you're in Michigan. You have Marty Desmond, who's running for Mahoney County prosecutor here in Ohio. Get out there. Vote for these individuals that are willing to fight for us and not their pocket. Frank, I agree. We don't have trust in our government because what's going on. We're tired of it. Which is why I will continue to run with the same funding that I did before. I got 11.4% of the vote. Now, typically that's really not much, but with the circumstances on how this election went, I had an individual who is all about campaigns. He is like a campaign guru. That's awesome from what he was telling me. I thought I did okay. He's like, no, I did outstanding. Now, I'm not trying to blow my head up. What I'm trying to say is I'm a little upset or disappointed that the party hasn't acknowledged that an individual using $4,500 came into a close second to an individual who spent over $200,000. Christina Hagan won. Outstanding. Great. Kicked Tim Ryan's butt. Get him out of that seat. Think about how much money she spent, along with how much money PACs and other organizations have spent on her. There was one organization, I believe it was something, Freedom something. I can get the correct words for you. But they spent over $75,000 for her to get elected in the primary. So, Hagan, I'm not trying to bash you in any way, but I would like for you to speak up and say, is your loyalty to them, to that PAC? Now, yes, you have no contact with the PACs, and I understand that's how it works, but is it really? We all know, all candidates, all elected officials have contact behind closed doors with PACs. Which is why I guarantee you every single individual who donates the maximum or a significant amount of money to me, there will be a statement from them and from me knowing that this is not any type of backdoor deal. If you look at a few candidates' financial record, and I'm going to talk to this one individual and see if they can answer the question for me. But I'm just going to use names: John Smith and Jane Smith. John Smith and Jane Smith can both individually donate the maximum amount for a primary election and then donate another maximum amount for a general election. What that means is wife can donate $2,700, husband can donate $2,700 for the primary election. Then, for the general election, they can give them another $2,700, another $2,700, which adds up to $11,000. Who here has $11,000 to toss into a campaign without saying, don't forget, when I call, you have to answer? No one, everyone can answer that. Frank, loyalty to the people. People need loyalty to the people. Jordan, Dan, thanks for joining. I'm tired. People are. I wish I had $1,100. I'll pay off my truck. That's seriously, the engine light's on. It's making ticking noises. I pray to God every single time I hop into it. Hopefully I can make it to work. But that's just my lifestyle, and that will always be my lifestyle. But we have these individuals being elected who don't give two craps about us. They don't care about me. They don't care about you. They care about their own pocket. One of the candidates who's running for office got money from an organization outside their respective district that they're running for. Where do you think their loyalty is going to lie? We'll use Austintown for example. Let's say you're running for trustee in Austintown. This is not about any of the trustees. I live in Austintown. I'm just going to use Austintown for example. Let's say I'm running for Austintown trustee and I get a donation from some company up in California. What do you think my loyalty is going to lie? Now, I know it's a little straw fetch because trustee would have no ties with another state, but just using that as an analogy, you guys understand where I'm coming from. Let's say someone's running for Congress. And I'll use District 13 because I ran for District 13. I live here in District 13. And I'm running. But I get money from someone from Florida, a company, from a PAC that's based at a company, First Energy, for example. Where do you think my loyalty is going to lie? To you or First Energy, who's donated thousands upon thousands of dollars? Which is why one of the topics I want to talk about is we need campaign finance reform. This may never... This might bug some people, and some people might say I'm going above and beyond. But if I'm ever elected in a position where I can submit legislation for campaign reform, I will abolish PACs. I will ensure they go away. And you're only allowed to receive money from inside the area that you are running for. Period. There should be limits on how much in each campaign is spent. Trustees should only spend so much. That's it. No more. Commissioners, that's it. No more. State reps, that's it. No more. Congressman or woman, that's it. No more. Because the Constitution is written that people like us are the ones that should be running our country. Not the elitist, not the wealthy. The wealthy is what the problem is, ladies and gentlemen. That's the problem. That's how you get Epstein's Island. Because they think they can get away with it. They know. They have gotten away with it. I know I missed a few of you coming on, and I apologize. And I don't mean to go on a rant, but these are all everything that everyone can agree on. We're tired of this. Now, yes, my goal for the election this November is shot. No, I am not running for governor. Apparently, someone told me there's a rumor out there. I am not. I can't. It's impossible for me to run for governor. We'll get back to that in a second. But with this, the $4,500, $1,000 was an in-kind donation. With $4,500, I worked full time, mind you. This is why I'm a little disappointed. 11.4% of the vote. I worked from 5 in the morning to 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. Worked. Wasn't allowed to have my phone on me. Worked. Then afterwards is when I started campaigning. On the weekends is when I started campaigning. And I only got that much money. Majority of it was mine. I had one big donation, $2,000. Thank you. The rest of them was small donations, and I prefer small donations. Now, you want your own island. But the reason why I'm not is because I cannot give the state the attention it deserves during a campaign. Obviously, if I were to get elected the governor, which I'm not running, and I have no intention in doing that right now, I wouldn't be able to get off work at 5 and drive to Westland or to the west side of Ohio and give them the attention we need. So it's impossible. But I was able to do District 13 for Congress. Akron's only an hour away. That's as far as it reaches. So that's probably the biggest seat I'm actually going to run for. But I will still be here for each and every single one of you. I will fight for you guys all. I know we had to cancel that meeting for the PTSD awareness for veterans that we were supposed to have this last weekend. But with what the governor is doing and mandating closures, no one wants to set a date and lock in a date to assist us in fundraising, bringing in some organizations because of the whole mandate and groups no bigger than 10 and that whole stuff. Yes, we can label it a protest, but it's not really a protest if we're planning it out. So we're going to work on a online way to donate, an online type fundraiser we can do to bring awareness. Tracy, campaign finance needs to be. I mean, for example, Lou Laris was running. His father gave him like 15, 20, I don't know how much money he gave him to start a business, which I would never held against him, because if I had that money and my kids want to run a business or start one, I'd help them out. That's what family does. So kudos on him for growing his business. But here I am, a guy who only makes $1,800 a month, going up against a multimillionaire and an individual that's getting thousands upon thousands of dollars from the political party. I think I did damn quite well, because the people are speaking up. The people are waking up saying, we can't allow this. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate it. Thank you, Roberta. I appreciate it. Thank you, Rita. I know I got kind of on a rant, but one of the last things I want to talk about, my wife was talking to me about this today. As you guys know, or if there's anyone new who doesn't know, my wife's going to school. I'll get this off here real quick. Sorry. She's going to school to be a nurse. It's her dream. I'm glad. She's got a semester and a half left. That's outstanding. So if you are going to school, college, my suggestion is you look into your finances. And what I mean by that is we're basically getting student loans and, aids and all that stuff like that so she can go to school. But we're getting loans for example, clinicals. But no clinicals are going on. So we're paying for clinicals that she's not going to. We're paying for her lab class. A class that she has to go to lab for. But is she going to lab? No, because they canceled it. But we're still paying for it. So if you or anyone you know is going to college, make sure you look into that, because they are paying for classes. They are paying for programs that they are not involved in. And they are entitled to some money. Apparently there is a class action lawsuit that's going on against Kent State because of this situation that's going on. People are paying for labs, clinicals, other programs, and in-class, whatchamacallits. And they're not even doing it because everything was closed because of COVID. It's not the school's fault. but the school should reimburse the students for that. They shouldn't have to pay a loan for something they're not be able to use. Steve, Justine, thank you for joining. David, you had to cancel your trip. Yeah, we were debating canceling ours to Maine to go see family. But Maine was below the 15% mandate that Ohio had. If you go into a state that has a 15% positive rate, then you have to quarantine yourself for 14 days when you come back. Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire combined didn't even reach 15%, so that's good. But I'm sorry you had to cancel your trip, man. A refund or a replacement to their loan? Yeah, see, if her teacher was never there, Angel, you're pretty much the funds that you're doing for your class are to help pay for your teacher. So that way, if teacher's not there, that's money you're paying for this person to sit on their butt at home not doing anything. Making sure we talked about everything we need to. All right. I'm going to send a message out to Lepore Hagen and Tim Ryan. We all know Tim Ryan's not going to respond about the First Energy situation. I would love to call Christina Hagen to come and talk. Not as a negative thing. If you all don't know who ones who joined, she actually told First Energy to go pound sand. To kiss her butt, basically. And they helped out another candidate when she was running in a different district. I would love for her to... I haven't seen anything from her... explaining anything that was going on with Householder, First Energy. What's her thoughts? Does she have any concerns? Because I did see some campaign donations, not recently, when she was a state rep, where First Energy donated to her. Doing the dates obviously was before she told them no. So obviously First Energy, assuming here, probably tried to, hey, here's some money, here's some money, here's some money. Oh, by the way, sign this. And she's like, oh, hell no, which is good. So I would love to hear her thoughts on what was going on. So yeah, I mean, Angel, yeah, I give Hagen props on that. Yes, about Hennon. I mean, apparently he's going to run 2022 for Congress because Christina Hagen's not going to win. That's not really going to help you out. I mean, am I a little disappointed that I lost to her? Yeah, I am. I worked hard to run for Congress. But I'm not going to sit there and cry and say, hey, Hagen, you're going to lose. You stink, yada, yada, yada. That's ridiculous. Why? Burn bridges. Help her get elected. Something. I mean, I'm upset. I'm pissed I lost. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not going to sit there and belittle Hagen or anyone like that. She needs to kick Tim Ryan's butt. Tim Ryan did nothing. I mean, I hope she wins. I have my thoughts on whether or not she can or not. But I don't want Tim Ryan in the office. He needs to go. But burning bridges isn't going to help. Which goes to the whole smear campaign. The day after the election, he blocked me. I don't get it. Don't know what's going on. That's not the mindset we need for a candidate. All right. Well, if anyone has anything else, I know we covered Kent State, the dark money with First Energy, and Tim Ryan and Michelle Lepore Hagen, not Christina Hagen, Michelle Lepore Hagen, our state representative here in Youngstown, who also voted for Householder to be the speaker. So any Democrats out there, I know you guys are pointing the finger at the Republicans saying, look, you guys are corrupt, yada, yada, yada. Well, you should also look at the individuals who voted for Householder and also received money from that corrupt organization, First Energy, i.e. Michelle Lepore Hagen. So why don't you look into David Simon, who's also running against her right now? He hasn't received any money from First Energy. The fire department, thank you, Ruth. I'm sorry. I appreciate you bringing it up again. If anyone doesn't know, Youngstown's fire department is losing money. There was one I had on my Facebook page, but they had to go and request more money because they don't have money for their equipment. It's old. They're reusing it. They're cleaning filters that shouldn't be. It's a one-time use. They're doing things like that because they don't have the funds necessary to save our lives. So they're putting their lives even in more jeopardy to save our friends, our families, our neighbors, our fellow Americans above their own lives. And we can't even afford to buy them right equipment. We have fire stations shutting down left and right because Mayor Tito wants to misappropriate funds. I mean, look what happened with the water department. I mean, where's all this stuff? DeWine, what's up with this gas tax? Where's that money at? The roads aren't getting fixed. I have to emphasize Angel because I want to call her Hagen, not Laporte Hagen, or even Michelle Laporte Hagen. It's faster just to say Hagen, but I don't want anyone being confused when I start talking negatively about Michelle Laporte Hagen. I don't want them thinking I'm talking about Christina Hagen. Or if I'm talking good about Christina Hagen, I don't want them to think I'm talking about Michelle Laporte Hagen. So it's kind of confusing. Laporte Hagen, bad. Regular Hagen, good. Alright, the last thing I'll leave with you guys is, if you haven't noticed, their presidential debate's going to be September 29th so far up in Cleveland. So if you're looking forward to seeing President Trump debate Biden on a live stream where he'll be in California because he'll forget where he's supposed to be at. He's probably in Russia talking with Vladimir Putin or on Epstein Island. Because that's where Biden always is. We'll live stream that. So, again, if you live in Michigan, Tom Norton, definitely vote for him. I have a lot of friends out there. A few of you guys watch this video from Michigan. I'm sure you already know who he is. Great guy, veteran, willing to fight for America, not the political parties as well. If you're here in Mahoning County, Marty Desmond for our prosecutor. He's got my vote. I mean, if I have to say use the word endorsement, I mean, that's it. He's got my vote. I'll be more than happy to help him. We have been helping him. I'll go door knocking for him. Anything this guy needs, he needs to get elected because he will stop this crime. Look at all the shootings that are going in Youngstown, which is Mahoning County. There was one this morning. A shooting. I refuse to read the article. Why? Because I don't want to hear about a 1-year-old who died in the crossfire. That's bullshit. Too much crap is going on in Youngstown. Youngstown needs to get cleaned up, and I believe he will be the guy to do it. He will be the guy to do it, and I know he will, and he will fight. Contact him, ask him questions. He'll be more than happy to meet you. He'll meet you at a McDonald's. I don't see any other candidates willing to do that besides me. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry I get a little frustrated with that because there are too many shootings going on. There was like 3 of them last night. 2 of them today. And then a third one was in Warren. This is sad. Which is why I think we need state legislators that are willing to push for stand your ground. Yeah, that was ridiculous, Ruth. I don't think he'll get charged. If he does, any fines that he has to pay, we'll start a GoFundMe. We'll make sure he doesn't pay it. I'll pop in some money. Sure, everyone will chip in so he doesn't have to pay it. I have my own stance on that, Joe, but we'll talk about that. New comment. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. All right. Well, if anyone doesn't have anything, or if they have a topic, just one particular topic they want me to bring up, discuss, or approach, or let you know how I feel about it, be more than happy to do a video or even go live on it. Shoot me a message. If we find anything else out about whether or not we can go forward with the PTSD Awareness for Veterans fundraiser, I'd be more than happy to let you guys know. Again, just COVID screwing everything up. So with that being said, thank you all. God bless each and every single one of you, and God bless America.